Hi, I'm Ava DuVernay, the writer, director, and producer of Origins.
Hi, I'm Paul Garnes, producer of Origins. For me, I guess one of the early films that really affected me or I don't know, gave me pause was Boys in the Hood. I remember being affected by it just as an audience member, and then when I went to film school, it was part of a class also where we got to discuss it in ethnographic films, and it was something that was interesting to me because it showed a piece of life, a piece of regular everyday life that in cinema we're able to share. And one of the powers of cinema is that you can go to a movie and not have any experiences based in what you're watching, but come away from it feeling like you experienced it too, feeling like you understand that character. And so for me, it was very important because I hadn't seen a movie with like young black men in it that, may not be exactly like me, but were very much like the environments that I knew. And so I felt like, I walked away from that film feeling like I understood something better, and my belief was that other people did too.
For me, it's a film by an Ethiopian filmmaker named Haile Gerima. The film is called SANKOFA. And what SANKOFA did for me was completely revolutionize my understanding of slavery. I always thought it was an enslavement where Black people were tortured and traumatized and beaten down, and that was the legacy from which the modern Black person came. But SANKOFA showed me that there was family, there was community, and there was resistance, that there was a strength, that there was a fighting back, that there was a nobility and a regality to people who were in traumatic and tragic situations, but that within that, they were not dehumanized and just slaves. In SANKOFA, they were enslaved people who were proud, who were resisting, and who were hopeful, and who were moving forward. Just that reframing of the story. We'd seen films about slavery before, but coming through that filmmaker's lens, it took on a new life, and it educated me to my own legacy as a Black person. So that is the power of film and the power of having certain storytellers be able to tell certain stories. It's why we have to, really make sure that spaces like this exist, and that filmmakers of all kinds of different voices and backgrounds are celebrated and have a forum to be seen.